Hollywood immediately, within 24 hours of announcing this tentative deal to end the strike, they reminded everyone as to why people just want them to fucking stay there. People don't want them to come back, and it's for good reason. I don't know if you're a big fan of The Office, Jeremy. I really was.
Never watched it.
So it came out in 2005. I watched the pilot episode on NBC when I was in high school, and I got hooked on it. I watched pretty much every single season. Probably went on 2 seasons too long, like some shows tend to do. But overall, The Office is fucking phenomenal. Here's the headline. The Office reboot is reportedly in development, despite there being absolutely no need for one. Within 24 hours, this is the news that comes out. The Office reboot in the works with Greg Daniels. Now, since you've never seen The Office, Jeremy, I can tell you that one of the things that makes The Office what it is the boss, Michael Scott, who is not only just a very aloof in his nature, not a great boss from a leadership perspective, but also is completely inappropriate every single opportunity. Not because he's an asshole or a bad dude, but simply because he's fucking ignorant as hell. He's constantly saying racist shit. He's constantly saying sexist shit. He's constantly sexually harassing people. That's what the fucking show is all about.
Well, I'm convinced now I want to watch it.
You should watch it. It's not like this isn't like super edgy, crazy stuff, right?
No, it's just kind of
it was humor in the mid 2000s, right?
Yeah.
And the show's great. I love it. But regardless whether you like it or not, almost everyone can unanimously agree. If you did a reboot in current day, it would be a disaster. Even Steve Carell, the star, said that a few years ago. The Office wouldn't fly today because the climate's different. He talks about how offensive people find things nowadays and how they would take a character like his way too seriously and way too literally. And of course, you also have to imagine that when they do reboot this, they're going to include more diversity, Jeremy. They'd have to. Even though they had some in the original cast, they weren't focal enough to the plot. I had heard people talking about that shit. This is going to be a nightmare if they do it.
Well, I mean, this is just another example of literally everything that you love will be destroyed by wokeness. And it's why we said back when the whole thing happened with Star Wars, and there were people that were like, well, I don't care about Star Wars. It's like, that's not the point. The point is with this type of nonsense, they're going to come for everything you love. It's Star Wars today, it's something else tomorrow, and then we get to the point where we're at the point now it's The Office that they have to go after. And I know The Office has a massive following and a massive fan base. I've seen the memes forever and a day. And so, yeah, this is the natural progression for Hollywood to go like, what else can we destroy? What else can we ruin? And yeah, I'm so tired of people denying like that the woke nonsense is even there when it's clearly like even Steve Carell said it himself, like, oh, this wouldn't fly in today's climate. And it's not really that it wouldn't fly in today's climate. It's that we worry about the 1% of people that are fake offended over this stuff, because in reality, in today's climate, people probably now more than ever like that type of content and like that type of humor. It's just that we're worrying about the 1% of people that want to pretend to be offended over it. And that's the problem is people seem to think that people don't want that type of humor, when in reality, they want it now more than ever. We're just worried about losers that don't care about this stuff.
So it's potentially Greg Daniels is involved. Greg Daniels, listen, this guy worked on Simpsons, King of the Hill, The Office. Then he did Parks and Rec after that. Back in 2019, he said when people started pushing for something like this, because 5 years ago, The Office was basically the most streamed thing on the internet on Netflix, right? And it was that way like consecutive years. So people were asking, oh, Office reboot, Office movie, all this shit. And he said, I know there's a lot of people who are asking for this, but I'm really hesitant to do it because I'd be worried about fucking it up. We didn't get pushed off air because of ratings. We ended it in the way that we wanted to end it. And it seems like a lot of fans, when they get done watching the series, they just start it back over again, which tells me we ended it in the right way. So I'd be hesitant to redo it or start something new because I wouldn't want to screw things up for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said 40 years ago. Apparently, he's attached to this current iteration, whatever it might be. I think it'll be a nightmare if it's done.